Leo, April brings a surge of energy, but not in the controlled, steady way you usually prefer. It's faster than that. More direct. Like things are suddenly moving forward whether you're fully ready or not. This comes from a strong Aries influence right now, pushing everything toward action, decisions, and forward motion. For you, that doesn't just feel like motivation. It can also feel like pressure to finally do something instead of just thinking about it. You'll notice this in your day-to-day life pretty quickly. Your patience is shorter. You want results. You want movement. And it becomes obvious when other people aren't keeping up with your pace. That can be energizing, but it can also create tension. In love, this energy becomes especially noticeable. If you're in a relationship, you're going to want more clarity. You want to know where things stand, and you're less willing to just let things slide. Conversations become more direct. You say what you mean more clearly, and you expect the same in return. If both of you are open, this can bring you closer. But it can also highlight differences you've been ignoring. You're reacting faster to what bothers you, but also to what excites you. And that intensity shifts the dynamic between you. If you're single, your presence is stronger. You come across as confident, direct, and very clear about what you want. That attracts attention, but things can move quickly. Connections might spark fast, but they also evolve quickly. So it's important not to rush into something just because it feels intense at the start. Not everything that begins strongly is built to last. In your work life, April gets real, fast. You have ideas, you have drive, you want to move forward. But at the same time, things might not progress as quickly as you expect. And that can be frustrating, especially if you feel like something or someone is slowing you down. But this is where your growth comes in. You don't need to slow down. You just need to be more precise. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what actually matters. The same goes for finances. You want progress, you want results, and that can push you to make decisions too quickly. If you pause, even briefly, and ask yourself what actually has real value, you'll avoid unnecessary mistakes. A big theme this month is control. You're used to leading, shaping things, making things happen your way. But April shows you that not everything moves on your timeline. That can feel uncomfortable, especially when you don't feel fully in control. But this is where something important shifts. You start to understand when to step in and when to let things unfold on their own. That doesn't mean doing nothing. It means choosing your moments more carefully. Emotionally, things intensify too. You become clearer about what you want. You react faster when something feels off, and more strongly when something feels right. That makes you more expressive, but also challenges you not to act on every feeling immediately. Around the middle of the month, everything sharpens. Situations become clearer. Conversations get more intense. And you might feel like you need to make decisions right now. But this is exactly when you should slow down, just for a moment. You're quick by nature, but not every fast decision is the right one. Give yourself a second, and you'll see what actually matters. Another important theme is expectations. You become more aware of what others want from you, but at the same time, your need to follow your own path gets stronger. That can create tension, especially if people are used to you being a certain way. But you're starting to move out of that, not dramatically, just clearly. You're choosing more carefully where you invest your energy and where you don't. Your relationship with recognition shifts too. You're used to being seen, to being acknowledged. But this month, that validation might not come as quickly. And that can feel strange, but it brings you closer to yourself. You start defining your own standards. You care less about how things look from the outside, and more about whether they feel right to you. You also begin to rethink responsibility. You tend to take on a lot, sometimes automatically, but now you're starting to question that. What's actually yours to carry and what isn't? That realization alone can take a lot of pressure off. Your sense of time changes too. You become more aware of where your energy is going, and you quickly notice what's not worth it. So you start adjusting, focusing more, choosing more intentionally, and that's what helps you move forward. Toward the end of the month, something shifts. Things feel calmer, not necessarily around you, but within you. You've sorted things out internally. You know what you want more clearly, and you start using your energy in a more focused, intentional way. You're still moving forward, just with more clarity. Another thing you may notice is your sense of direction evolving. You like to know where things are going. You don't just want to react, you want to lead. But April shows you that not everything comes with a clear path right away. And that can feel unfamiliar. You're used to knowing quickly what to do. But now, some situations require you to step back and look at the bigger picture first. You start to see the difference between decisions made from pressure and decisions that actually align with you. They can feel similar in the moment, but the outcome is completely different. If you take that extra second before reacting, everything becomes clearer, and that clarity changes everything. In your interactions, you also shift. You're more present, but less willing to engage in things that drain you. You notice faster when something doesn't feel right, and instead of going along with it, you respond differently. Sometimes that means stepping back. Sometimes it means changing how you show up, not out of resistance, but because you're becoming more aligned. This shows up in small moments. You stop saying yes automatically. You think about where your time and energy really go, and slowly, a new structure forms. One that comes from you, not from outside expectations. Your energy becomes more focused, not less, just more intentional, and that's what makes the difference. You may also feel more external pressure this month. People react to you, to your presence, your decisions, your energy, and that can make you feel more visible, even watched. Just remember, not every reaction matters. Not every expectation is yours to meet. The more you understand that, the more grounded you become. Your relationship with results changes too. You want progress. You always do. But not all progress is visible right away. Some things are developing behind the scenes. If you judge too quickly, it can feel like nothing is happening. But if you trust the process, your perspective shifts. You keep moving without forcing it. Even your self-image begins to evolve. You're used to knowing who you are and how you show up. But now that image expands, you respond differently. You make different choices. And that shows you're growing. It may feel unfamiliar at first, but it means you're no longer operating from old patterns. Your approach to conflict changes too. You don't avoid it, but you don't seek it out either. You choose more carefully when something is worth addressing, and when it's not. That saves energy, and it brings more calm into your decisions. By the end of the month, things begin to stabilize. You feel clearer, more grounded, more certain about what you want. Not everything around you is fully resolved, but inside, something has aligned, and that's the real progress. Leo, this month isn't challenging you because you lack energy. It's challenging you to use that energy the right way. When you stop trying to control everything at once and start choosing more intentionally, the clarity you've been looking for naturally falls into place. And that's where your growth is.